sort of few recipes I learned like from like watching people on like YouTube, and uh there was recipes from this lady Karuna. She's an Ayurvedic uh practitioner, and she would go to the temple a few years ago. I attended one of her uh, 4-part seminars, like 4 weeks of uh cooking Ayurvedic plant-based food. So it was right up my alley. I was like, hey, yeah, learning to cook without more like with more refinement, without onion and garlic, you know,
Do you
learning
use hing?
hing. I don't have hing, but I would generally would use it in specific recipes, like especially ones that like Italian or Mexican fusion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I would like to have some hing. I just haven't got around to acquiring it again.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it's somewhat like stimulating though. Should be taken in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes.
I feel it's a much better substitute than eating alliums like onion and garlic. Those really
Yeah.
turn like really bad. I can't stand the smell. I just it's like
I can't stand the smell or the taste or the look.
yeah,
It's gross.
super domestic. It's just not appetizing at all to me. Yet
No.
I have family here that they cook with these things, even if they're cooking vegetarian food, they're
They
still
have to
using
put it in.
onions and garlic, and it's just. I try to explain to my dad, it's like, you know, like there's a reason why like Ayurvedic spices have made it all the way around the world. Have a lot of medicinal value that they should be incorporated, utilized, especially if somebody who has cancer, like my father, he needs to. I just it's kind of like sad, but at the same time, I kind of learning to not be so attached to the outcomes and understand that he's a soul that doesn't die. It's just body. Um, I think the best thing I can do for him is be a become a you know more pure devotee, and like putra. You know what putra is? Putra is like an auspicious son, who has the ability to purify, liberate his family members up to 100 generations, and as opposed to mutra, which mutra means like a son who is as abominable as urine. So I'm trying to like I was in addiction for a while, and I'm trying to like get my life back. Like I've had such points in my life they're like spiritually high, like ecstatic, just very exalted, and then points where I'm just like a really fallen in a really fallen state where I'm stuck, depending on some substance for just to feel okay. So, but I'm really grateful to be liberated from that in 15 months. So I think if I just keep reading Gita and for now, and also pick up Bhagavatam, of course, back up. But I want to get my rounds up. Uh, I notice a huge difference when I chant my rounds. I just feel like more better situated, but also I notice that people are more responsive, like you become more like Vrindavan, you know, and things seem to manifest more naturally. Accelerate manifestation. I mean, Prabhupada chanted like, was it like 100 rounds a day? And I believe that that's what gave him the power to, of course, to uh, um, to put forward such a movement. Extremely dedicated to his chanting. And I believe that was the fuel to the whole movement.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. That goes for all of us.
Yes,
Yeah.
that goes for all of us.
Hare Krishna.
Uh,
Hare Bol.
you,
Haribol.
Rupa Manjari,
Yes.
how are things going with you? Any, noteworthy sort of, things that in your life that you're trying to aspire for or manifest?
Well, I'd like to manifest a cow protection farm. I have a project called the Desi Cow Project, and that's, oh God, how many years? 10 years in the making.
Hare Hare.
And I've been working with Ramachandra, who wants to combine forces and maybe get funds for a place in Sacramento. Also, I'd like to get one in Hawaii.
It'd be
That's
nice
where, like,
Nice.
if you could get these 3 gears pregnant.
well, this is the thing. That guy with the gear cows does not want to tell us where he got them.
What the?
Huh?
They have the papers.
Yeah, but if he doesn't share them, then what good is that?
The mother, like, getting taken care-
What we can do is we can have a conversation with him at he will have his booth with his cow stuff.
They
at-
they're
Yeah.
like how
Hold on,
some-
Matthew, hold on 1 second. What were you saying, Ramachandra?
I'm saying that he will have his booth at the Rath Yatra, so we can have a conversation with him. He generally
Okay.
gets soaps and shampoos and cow-made, products, and then he
Mhm.
sells them at the Rath Yatra. So we can converse with him at that time, and then if Narayan Prabhu probably talks, he might, pay some attention because
Man,
he's a senior,
that's
and his guru, Bhakti Raghava Swami, is also a good friend of Narayan, so that
Oh,
might
good.
work to our advantage if he wants to share.
that sounds spiritually stingy. The guy who won't tell like where he acquired the cow. I didn't know there
Yeah,
was such a
isn't that messed up?
Yes. Yeah, he said it's like a 5-year or 10-year process. I'm like, oh, but you tell me where you got it from. He said, you come visit. I'm like, okay, I will come visit. That's all he said.
5
So,
to 10 years, that's a long time.
I don't know if he's lying or he said, we don't have any cows for sale.
Jerk. God.
Anyway,
Okay, yeah, let's go to his table and talk to him.
yes, we'll go there.
And of course, we're all going to be dressed Paka Brahman.
Right, Jai.
Tilak, Dodi, Sadi, everything.
Yes.
draped up and dripped out.
We have some people here in Sacramento that will be attending. I'll invite them so maybe they can be part of those two boys and some other people also, some new people. So
Yeah.
Narayan Prabhu and you guys can preach to them. I see the thing with this sangha is that we have Westerners more than we have Indians. So the Western devotees, Vaishnavas, they can preach to the Indians. Indian cannot preach to an Indian. So that's the difficulty that we face. ISKCON is mostly all so-called Hindus. They like the culture, this, that. They're nice people, but they get stuck. That's why the whole of ISKCON is kind of
like a social club, really.
Yes, yes, exactly, like a social club. Indians usually are looking for a social club. You know,
They're like,
Yeah.
you're in too, come on, come on. You know.
yeah,
Yeah, they want to just hang out and eat food.
exactly. They don't want to do anything practical. Like we have this Beer Krishna guy coming, I think on the 23rd. So I was gonna be like, hey, look, you know, you've been coming for 6 or 7 years. The program is still going on in an apartment. I'm like, there's no temple, there's no center. I'm like, what are your disciples doing here?
The giving him their money, which he keeps instead of using to build a temple.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, look at this, you know, people that make lots of money. You know, these Indians, they make, you know, lots and lots of money, but they're very miserly. They don't want to make a temple. They don't want, even for their guru, you know, these bogus gurus. They come for a few days. They stay in an apartment. They don't have. I was thinking like by now they would have a temple or a center or something here in Sacramento, but they're disorganized
Because
and
they pocket the money, Ramachandra.
yeah, yeah.
All the gurus have millions and millions of dollars, and they hoard it. They use it for their own aggrandizement,
Yes.
Oh
and
God, I didn't know that.
the temples are falling apart. They don't give a shit.
Right.
The
Oh,
books are not being published, or if they are, they're changed, but they're still not being published much because they would rather keep the money than spend it on Prabhupada's mission.
Yeah.
It's
that's
just
not right.
a business to them. It's not even a movement anymore. Just a way for them to sustain themselves and
Oh,
enjoy.
it goes far beyond sustaining themselves. These people are just the same mentality as people on Wall Street. You know, they want to screw you out of your money and keep it.
Was that the GBC?
Yes.
Oh God,
Yeah.
GBC.
Greedy Boys Club.
The mafia.
Gross
GBC is the Greedy Boys Club.
or gross barley consciousness. Someone told me that. I think Jay Narayan Prabhu told gross barley consciousness.
Yeah, exactly.
Say it again.
Gross bodily consciousness.
Oh God, that's right.
Ramachandra, can you put my video back on?
Okay, 1 second. Let me see. Where is you? Okay, there you go. You can start it back up.
And nobody can defeat the GBC.
People can defeat the GBC, but they don't want to waste their time. If they're intelligent, they're like, why should I waste my time in if I cannot join them? That's why I think Krishna Balaram, he has his own sangha. If Krishna Balaram had his own was an ISKCON guru, he would need to surrender to the GBC. So that means he becomes a servant of the GBC. And the
Madhyam Adhikari also means not wasting one's energy on those that don't take. It's like the saying, the pearls cast before swine. It's
right. So
he left way even before like he was in it for so long, and he didn't that desire to like they wanted materially to become gurus so they can benefit materially and live nicely in this life, and he was just sincerely trying to serve through the Prabhupada's mission, and noticed that the standards were just kept degrading, and he wrote a book called Vaishnav Kantahara that described the Vedic standards and how things are supposed to be.
Who wrote that book?
Krishna Balaram Swamiji. He's presented it to Tamal, and so when they printed the book, it was changed. Like so much things where the philosophy was changed. The standard of the book was just he had to tell everybody who got the book like trash because it was so altered.
It was a dangerous philosophy.
Yeah, he just like, maybe I need to throw this book away because it's not what I wrote. So you know what I mean? Like this exalted souls trying to do something nice for Krishna, something important, and they don't know anything but to like, you know, completely like decimate it. What they've done with Srila Prabhupada's mission. So finally, after he left, he just like his dad told him like, you know, he'd been telling him for a while. His dad was a Brahmana in Vrindavan and said, you need to leave. You know, there's that organization is no good. You need to leave. And as some years went by, he was like realized that his dad is right, and because he wanted to, you know, he still wanted to try to search through Prabhupada's mission, but he just got to the point where it's like, I can't do this, and he left. And it was after that time, a year within a year or two, something. That's when the desire to it felt in his heart. That say, oh, you know, I would. He felt this burning desire in his heart that he should begin initiating disciples. You know, so he wasn't like, you could tell that his motives weren't like all these other so-called gurus were just trying to immediately achieve that position artificially. And him, within in his case, I feel that it happened organically, naturally, through like so much process, even being poisoned, and you know, all kinds of calamities, being shot at, and you know, just crazy stuff. Yeah. I just really admire uh, how much nicely he was trying to serve to the Prabhupada, but just decided like, you know, I better I start a separate movement to actually be able to demonstrate proper Vedic standards. You know?
Right. So, are we coming to an end now? We've been going on for some time now. Should we? Um, Anything else we want to discuss, or our next session would be Saturday and Sunday? Hmm.
Okay.
I had a question. What was the date of that Ratha Yatra?
The
Um,
11th.
Okay.
The 11th of July.
I think
But Ramachandra has a picture of the flyer. He can send it to you,
Yes.
or he can post it in the WhatsApp group, and you can get it there.
Okay.
Yes. I'll post it there. So, right. Okay.
Andrew Ananda, do you think you might go?
Because I've been to some here.
Andrew Ananda, do you think you might go to the Berkeley Rath Yatra with us?
I mean, if I have the means, and it seems like, you know what I mean, like if it were to fall into place, then yeah, I would like to go, because I've never been to a Rath Yatra. I've only seen it in videos and heard about
This one, the Berkeley one, is really awesome. It's very fun.
How long is that? So that one's probably been there for a while or something.
Yes, yes.
40 plus years, 50. I think it's been going on longer than the Los Angeles one. I think 50 something years they were saying.
All right, so let us know, because
Yeah.
we need to coordinate.
Well, one of the pujaris, he's a Bengali that's in the ISKCON temple, and I was telling you he invited me to India.
We don't recommend you to India because you have these health issues, and then if you go to India, you will have more health issues. So, you know, be forewarned about health issues in India. You know, it's not an
Yeah, Americans get sick in India.
So don't think it's a walk in the park kind of thing, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you drink one wrong thing or you get
like therefore like I mean I was just talking about like
huh?
I mean
you can go visit, but
yeah.
And be very careful, because if you have you know, already conditions, health issues, then you know you should be very, very careful. So
yeah, but actually the on the one call I got from Krishna Balaram, he said something about that taking the reward from a cheater. Like he is the example of a burglar in a house, and you're standing outside and you take advantage of it, then you too get the punishment. So like, I mean, I really do trust this Pujari a lot. So I'm just gonna like really wonder like until it happens, like how this is gonna play out about how Swamiji feels about these.
Well, Swamiji is in America. Why don't you guys go visit him? You know, it's much easier than going to India.
Here in Houston.
What?
He wants me to start here in Houston.
Yeah, well, if he wants you to start something in Houston, well, you should invite him to Houston.
Yeah,
Yeah, get his.
Invited.
he was saying that we should establish a center, and probably in this way that he would be able to, have facility to come and conduct a program, or at least visit, and that'd be really nice, because it'd be a much much greater, a really redemptive contrast to the Tamalville that's going
Well,
on here.
If you want to call it tonight, it's been excellent association. Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Good night.
Good night, Prabhu. So we'll end it here then. We'll continue on Saturday and then have
Okay.
another one on Sunday. Thank you very much.
Bye.